Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mem Afnan. I welcome you all to grade 6. I'll be giving you lectures on English and we'll start from Unit 1 Traditional Tale from pages 8 till 13. First of all, we'll start our chapter with reading. I'll read the whole chapter, I'll explain it to you, I'll explain the difficult words, I'll give you the summary of this chapter, and then we'll move towards question answers. The Shield of Kindness. What is a shield? You have seen this shield before in your school as well. On the day of result, the students who have scored highest marks get a reward, a trophy or a shield. So here are we talking about the shield of kindness. Kindness is a deed, and I'll tell you in detail when we'll read the chapter. Once there was a good old man who had 3 fine sons. The family's happiness was spoiled only by the greediness of their neighbor, who constantly tried to steal from them and even threatened their lives. One day, the old man called his sons and said, "My father's shield is the most precious thing I own. Only one of you can inherit it, so I am going to give you a test. You are all good and brave, but the greatest quality of all is kindness. I want you to go out and perform a kind deed, and whoever shows himself to be kindest will inherit the family shield." Now, there was this father who had 3 sons. Now, the 3 sons have to do a deed, a kind deed, so they can inherit the father's shield. Inherit means when you get something in reward or get something from your mother or your father. That is called inherit. Now, what happens? He asked his sons to do a good deed. So, now we'll go to the next slide. After many days, the 3 sons returned to their father's hut. Father, the oldest one, said, "I saw a woman wailing because her baby had fallen into the river. The river was deep and infested with crocodiles, but I risked my life and jumped in and rescued the baby. Wasn't that an act of kindness? You showed bravery," said his father, "but you were acting only as any human being should do. No one could stand by and let a baby die. Now, my second son, what have you done?" Now, here comes the first son, the oldest one, comes and tells his father that I have done a kind and a good deed. My deed was that I saved a baby who had fallen into the river, and in the river there were crocodiles. But I didn't care about my life. I jumped into the river and I saved the baby. So he thought that my action was a kind act. The father said, "No, your action was just like any other person who will not let a baby die. So your action was a brave action." Brave means when you're not afraid of something, you jump into it and you do it. You're not afraid. You don't get frightened. "Well, father, I met a man who was carrying $100 silver dollars. He wanted to go to the market to buy food, so he asked me to take care of his money while he was gone. I waited, and when he came back, I returned his money to him. He offered me a reward for my honesty, but I refused. Wasn't that kind of me?" Now the second son comes up with a kind deed. According to him, his deed was kind, and he says that a person was there who was carrying money, and it was $100 silver. So I waited for him, I kept his money, and when he came back as a reward, he wanted to give me money, but I didn't take. So my action was kind, that I took care of someone else's property. "So, you showed goodness and honesty," the old man said, "but that isn't real kindness. Now, my third son, what have you done?" Now, the second son has shown the act of goodness and honesty, like he took care of someone else's money. He didn't steal, so it was an honest act, but it wasn't kind. His third son said, "I walked to the high mountains, and there I saw our neighbor, who tried so often to steal our property and even threaten our lives. He was lying close to the edge of the abyss, fast asleep, in danger of rolling over to his death. So, without waking him, I gently pulled him away from danger and left him to sleep in safety." "My son, you did well," said the old man. "Your act was one of true kindness. This man has been a curse to us for many years, yet you didn't take revenge on him but saved his life." So the old man left the shield to his third son because he had learned the true meaning of kindness. Now, the third son, he did something which was very different. How can it be different? Like, we do good to the people who do good to us, but we didn't do good to the people who do bad to us. This is a human nature. We are always nice to people who are nice to us, but we are not nice to people who are not nice to us because we think that this person has done something bad to me. So why should I be nice? I shouldn't be nice. And the same thing was with the third son, that there was this neighbor who cursed them, who was cursed means to disturb, to annoy, to to make the situation of someone difficult. Okay, are you getting me? To disturb someone to the extent like where they get helpless because of your disturbance which you have created in their life. So this man, this neighbor, was a curse to them, and he even threatened to kill them. But still, the third son didn't care that this was the one who had been a curse, who had been a problem for my family for many years. But when he saw him in trouble, he wanted to save his life. So this was an act of kindness from the third son. Now, this was actually kind. The meaning of kindness is when you're good to someone, even if they're not good to you. You're good because you are a good person, not because they demand goodness of yours. So, this man who wanted to kill this family saved his life, and he didn't even tell him. Act of kindness is when you do something good to someone but you don't even tell them. First of all, you do it for your own self because you are a kind person, not because who they are. And number two, when you do it, you don't go and tell them that I have done this for you and you should be thankful to me or you should be giving me a reward. Then your kindness will not be considered. So he saved his life, and moreover, that he didn't tell him that I saved your life. He could have wakened that person up and tell him that I was the one who saved your life, knowing the fact that you were a curse to my family. So I had done something big for you. Now you owe me something. You have to give me a reward, or my kindness act was very generous. Thank me for that. He didn't do anything. He just saved that person's life. And when he came back to his father, he told him that I did this. His father said, "You did well," said the old man. "Your act was one of true kindness. And then this man has been a curse to us for many years. Yet you didn't take revenge on him but saved his life." So the old man left the shield to his third son because he had learned the true meaning of kindness. Coming towards the question answers, but before going to the question answers, I'll give you a short summary of what you have learned from this chapter. First of all, what is kindness? I've told you kindness is an act of goodness you do to someone without having the intentions of getting the reward, or without making the other person feel that I have done something good to you. And you do good without even expecting good in return. Even the person is bad to you, but you do good because you are a good person. Other than that, this chapter was about three sons and a father. A father who wanted to give his shield to any of his son. He asks him to do a good deed. Three sons are back with their good deeds. The first son had a deed, but it was out of bravery. The second son had a deed, but it was out of honesty. The third son had a deed, which was actually the act of kindness. So the third son got the shield. Coming towards question answers, page number 9. Read your first question. What had spoiled the family's happiness for many years? A neighbor who tried to steal property and threaten their lives had spoiled many years of family's happiness. This is in your chapter, in your first paragraph, and in your last one as well. The person who was their neighbor, who wanted to kill them, who wanted to harm them, steal their property, was a reason behind the family got disturbed, and he was the reason the family's happiness was cursed for many years. Which son saved a baby? The oldest son saved the baby. Why did the old man set his sons a test? Because he had one precious shield which he wanted to give to his kindest son. Think of a phrase which means the same as threaten their lives, endangering their lives. Threaten their lives and endangering their lives, both statements are synonyms to each other. Which word below test describes the oldest son? Why? Courageous. The word courageous is enough for you to answer. What do you think the third son did not wake his neighbor? He did not need the neighbor to know he had saved his life. Like he did not wanted the neighbor to praise him and say thank you and give him something in return. Or even be like guilty. He wanted that, okay, I saved his life for the act of kindness, for a good deed, not to please the person, but to satisfy myself and to please my creator maybe. According to the story, the true kindness is helping your enemy. Think of another title of the story. Kindness is a virtue. Virtue means A good act. Has someone been kind to you? Describe what they did. Share your experience. Now, 8 questions I have done for you, and the rest 2 questions I want you to do it because they are related to your creativity. I want you to write an answers, write whatever you have, write whatever you understand, even if you make mistakes, but do write it. Has someone been kind to you recently? Look on your memory, go back in the past week and think that is there any act of kindness which happened with me, like someone else did to me, did to you, I mean. What a kind act could you do for someone else today? Think of a kind act and write it here. What kind act can you do for your mother, for your father, for your friends, for your siblings, for anyone of your family? You can do a kind act and then share your experience. Vocabulary, page number 10. Find these words in the story, match each word with one of the definitions. Constantly means all the time. Inherit means receive when someone dies. Deed means enact something someone has done. Wailing, crying. Infested, unpleasantly full. Abyss, a huge space, a drop. Now you have the words and the meanings. You just have to match them or denote them by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Coming to page number 10 again, question number 2. Find the word refused in paragraph 6. Which of the words above means the same as refused, declined? You have this word in this paragraph. Go back to the paragraph, find the word, and I want you to find the meanings as well. Which word means the opposite? Accepted. Now to the grammar portion. In our chapter, first of all, after reading it out, we have a grammatical portion as well. And in this chapter, there are following grammatical concepts that I want to give you. First of all, page number 11, parts of speech. We have heard about noun, adjective, interjection, verb, article, adverb, preposition, conjunction, pronoun. All these things, all these concepts of grammar are known as parts of speech. A big name for all these small terms is parts of speech. Which part of speech is each of the underlined word in the paragraph? Now, we all know what is I have taught you, and you have learned enough about the parts of speech. Noun, what is a noun? It's a naming word. What are adjective? It's a quality. Conjunctions, interjections, prepositions. We have learned all the concepts of noun before in grade 5 and even in grade 4. So coming towards, what is a verb as well. So we'll have words down there, and we have to tell that which kind of any parts of speech it is. First of all, saw, it is a verb. Verb is doing action. Then because, it is conjunction. You know what is a conjunction? Conjunction is something which is used to connect two sentences. It is a connective. Okay? For example, because. How can because be used? I was sleepy because I didn't sleep at night. The word because is connecting two sentences, two ideas. The first idea is I was sleepy because, now this is a connective. The second idea, I didn't sleep at night. So there are two sentences which are being connected through a word. That word is called conjunction. Baby is a noun, a common noun. Into is a preposition. Preposition is when something is denoted into something else. River is a noun, deep is adjective, but is conjunction, quickly is adjective. Adjective is a quality. Page number 11. Write two sentences using each of these words. Verb, we have to use the words in a sentence that they should show the sense of a verb and the sense of a noun. The first word is present. Let him present his side. Now, present is used as a verb and as a noun. Verb means when the word is used when you're doing some action, okay? Let him present his side. Present means to come up with an explanation, to come up with a presentation, a speech, or an explanation or a summary of something. Like I stand in front of you, or I am sitting in front of you and I'm giving you a lecture. That means that I am presenting myself, or I'm presenting the topic that I'm teaching you. Now, using the same word as a noun, she gave a present. She gave a present. Present, in other words, means a gift. Another word for gift is present. Test, verb. I will give you test marks. I will give you test marks. Now, noun, the waiter is tested. I will give you test marks. You know, this test is the test you give in the class. There was a test of English, there was a test of maths. That test is a verb that you sit somewhere and apply your knowledge onto some questions which are given to you by your teacher. And noun, the waiter is tested. For example, the waiter is tested that I have examined the waiter according to certain things and I've hired him for the job. That is being the waiter is tested. Show. Show me this book. Show means to see. Noun. The TV show was boring. The TV show is something you see on your television sitting. There's no verb, there's no action. The show means something people can only see. And show me the book is doing an action. You ask for the book, you take it, you open it, and you see it. Wave. She was waving to her mother. This is a verb like you when you wave goodbye or hello, you wave. Waves of water are pleasing. Now these waves are the waves which are present in the water, which are like you up and down, flowing in the river or in an ocean. Coming towards the other concept, which is abstract noun. Abstract is something you cannot see, you can only feel, and you can only have the idea. There are different kinds of noun: common noun, proper noun, abstract noun. There are things you can't see, smell, taste, touch, or hear. Examples: bravery. Can you see bravery? No, it is a quality. Basically, a noun which is a quality is called abstract noun. Happiness. Happiness cannot be seen unless you don't see a person smile. Sorrow. Can you see sorrow? Can you see a person moving into the room and I'll say that, okay, look at her, she is sorrow. Can you see love? Is love a person? Is love a feeling? Can you eat love? Fear. Can you smell fear? Boredom. Can you hear boredom? No. Trust, freedom, faith, excitement, courage, idea, honesty, childhood, luck, friendship, joy. All these things cannot be seen, neither can they be heard, or they can be smelled. You just feel them. Bravery is felt. Bravery is a quality of a person. You cannot see bravery, you can see that person, but not the bravery. If a person is sitting and I say that he is brave, it doesn't mean that he has something, a physically present thing which is called brave. Bravery is just an action which can be felt, which can be seen. Like in a person, it can be seen, not physically, it can be seen. For example, coming towards the other word is happiness. You cannot see happiness walking into the room. You cannot see happiness sleeping, eating, or you cannot call happiness and ask, how are you, happiness? This cannot happen. Happiness is something you feel. Okay? Which of these nouns are abstract? There are some given nouns in your book. I have extracted the nouns which are abstract and written over here. You have to circle these words in all those words which are given in a notebook. Trust, friendship, intelligence, and curiosity. These are the abstract nouns from all the words you have in your book. Trust cannot be seen. Trust cannot be felt. Trust is just like it's a feeling a person can have. It's a quality. Same goes with friendship, intelligence, and curiosity. Curiosity means suspense. Like I come up and I tell you that I have to tell you something, and then I say, no, I'm not telling you. You'll be like, ma'am, we're curious. Please tell us what you have. So this is basically curiosity, suspense, when you want to know something, but the other person is not telling you, so you get curious about that. Use one of the abstract noun in the sentence. I have chosen friendship. My friendship with Sarah will stay forever. Now you can see yourself, you can see Sarah, you cannot see friendship. The friendship is a bond which lies in between both of you that cannot be physically seen. Change each of these adjectives into an abstract noun. Honest into honesty, kind into kindness, good into goodness, greed into greediness, happy into happiness, brave into bravery. Use a dictionary to change each of these adjectives into an abstract noun. Selfishness, stupid into stupidity, foolish into foolishness, cruel into cruelty, unhappy into unhappily. Use abstract nouns to finish these sentences. 3 qualities I admire in people are honesty, kindness, and bravery. 3 qualities I try to avoid are greed, selfishness, cruelty. Cruelty is when you are cruel to someone. The way that neighbor was cruel to this family means zalim. Now I have homework. We have done activities, we have done question answers. I want you to do the question answers of the chapter on your notebook, all the other activities on your book, and the homework as well on your notebook. The first question is, do question 2 from the part vocabulary of page number 10. Do question number 3 from page number 11. Do question number 1, 2, 3 from page number 12. Do activity word study gender on page 13. These are 4 activities. Why are these 4 activities? Now you might be thinking that we have only one English lecture, day 1, which was about the whole complete chapter, and now we have to do the activities, which are like 4, not 1. So I have completed the whole chapter today on the day of Monday. Now you have the whole week. You have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, including Monday. Now the whole chapter is ready for the complete week. You cannot just hear the complete video today and learn the complete chapter, but you have this video saved. You can every day while doing one activity, you can play the video again, see the concepts, learn everything and do the question. You have 4 questions to do, 4 activities. You can do one activity on Tuesday, number 2 activity Wednesday, number 3 activity Thursday, number 4 activity Friday or Saturday. So you have the whole week to complete these 4 activities, because now in the complete week from Tuesday till Friday you won't be getting any video of English. Video of English has been uploaded today, and after this you have this complete chapter in the form of a video in your hands. So now you can see it, you can learn it, and you have to do the activities on your notebook. Apart from the 2 questions which you have to attempt, you have to share your experience. So now this complete chapter is for your complete week. Week number 2, you have to do this chapter and these activities. So don't think that you have a lot of work to do, because you have 7 days to do it. So do one activity one day and complete your chapter till Sunday. Other than that, all the question answers we have attempted, all the other activities are finished. These are the activities left which are in your homework. I want to thank you all, and I'll see you next week with unit number 2, and we'll be having some new concepts to learn, and I hope that you've enjoyed learning English this way, and I want you to do all your activities on your notebook. Until then, Allah Hafiz, goodbye.